What if your daily routine, the grocery line, the elevator ride, the tough talk with your child, could become sacred? In this video, you'll discover how to apply the core principles of Buddhism to real-life moments, from the smallest habits to the hardest decisions. No need to escape to a monastery. Peace begins exactly where you are. You'll learn 5 practical, powerful ways to bring mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom into your day, even when things fall apart. Stay with me, because once you see your life through this lens, nothing stays the same. Your transformation starts today. You're standing in line at the bakery. The smell of fresh bread floats in the air, but the person ahead of you is taking forever. You feel your jaw tighten. You check your phone. Your mind races, and just like that, peace slips away. But Buddhism invites you to see this moment differently. Instead of rushing into irritation, pause. Breathe. Let your inhale be deep and gentle. Let your exhale soften your shoulders. You're not stuck in line, you're standing in your practice. This is mindfulness, not something you add to your schedule, but something you bring into your life. Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "Smile, breathe, and go slowly." So you do. You notice the sunlight through the window, the quiet rhythm of the bakery, even the way your feet touch the ground. By the time you reach the counter, you're no longer annoyed, you're centered, and no one around you even noticed. This is the secret of applied Buddhism. Your breath becomes your sanctuary even when the world keeps spinning, because the real practice begins not on a cushion, but in line, in traffic, in life. Your boss walks into the room, clearly frustrated. Without warning, they criticize your work, harsh tone, sharp words. Your chest tightens. You feel the urge to defend yourself, to explain, maybe even to snap back. But in Buddhism, this is where the real work begins. Right speech, one of the Eightfold Path principles, isn't about being passive. It's about being conscious. Speaking with honesty, kindness, and purpose. So you pause. You breathe. Instead of matching their energy, you anchor into your own. You choose calm over reaction. Not weakness, wisdom. You say, "Thank you for the feedback. I'll take another look." No sarcasm. No ego. Just clarity. Later, the temptation to vent to a coworker shows up. But you remember, words carry weight. Gossip feels good for a moment, but it steals your peace for hours. Buddhism teaches that your words either plant seeds of harmony or of harm. Your boss may never change, but you can. In this moment, you become the calm in the chaos, the quiet center in someone else's storm. And when you walk out of that room, you'll carry something more valuable than pride, your peace. It's 8:30 p.m. Your teenage son comes home late, slams the door, and disappears into his room without a word. You cooked his favorite meal. You asked how his day was. No response. You feel invisible, frustrated, maybe even hurt. But Buddhism teaches something radical. Let go of control, not of love. Non-attachment isn't cold or distant. It means loving without trying to own, fix, or force outcomes. It's the quiet strength to stay present, even when the other person shuts you out. So instead of knocking on his door again, you breathe. You sit in your discomfort without needing to escape it. You trust that silence doesn't mean failure, it means space. Later, you leave a plate of food outside his door. No lecture, just love in motion. Buddhism invites you to water the relationship, not pluck the flower open before it's ready. Sometimes the greatest act of parenting is not controlling, but being steady. Compassion without strings. Your teenager may not see it now, but one day they'll remember you stayed grounded while they were still learning to find their roots. And that's the kind of love that lasts. You step into the elevator. A stranger follows. The doors close. For the next few seconds, silence takes over, thick, awkward, filled with invisible tension. You stare at the numbers, they stare at the floor. It's a common moment, but also a sacred one. Buddhism teaches that presence is possible anywhere, even between floor 3 and 7. You take a breath. You feel your feet grounded beneath you. Your spine lengthens. You soften your shoulders. You resist the urge to check your phone or escape into thought. Instead, you arrive into the moment fully. You glance at the stranger, not in judgment, just in quiet recognition. Another human being, breathing, existing, maybe struggling too. A small nod, a faint smile. No pressure, no words, just presence. This is what Buddhism brings into daily life, not flashy rituals, but subtle awakenings. The elevator ride ends. You step out, but something stayed with you. Stillness, awareness, connection. Spirituality doesn't need candles or mantras. Sometimes it just needs a moment where you remember, this life, this second, this stranger, all deserve your presence. And the more present you are with the world, the more the world transforms around you. The morning starts off fine. Then your child spills juice on your shirt. The dog throws up. Your boss sends an angry email. By noon, your heart feels like a storm. You think, I don't have time to be spiritual today. But Buddhism teaches, this is your practice. Not when things are quiet, but when they're loud, messy, inconvenient. So you stop. You stand still in the middle of your kitchen, or traffic, or bathroom floor, and you breathe. You inhale as if it's your first breath. You exhale as if you're letting go of the entire weight. Then you do the next task, not perfectly, but with care. Washing dishes becomes a meditation. Folding laundry becomes a ritual. Even apologizing becomes sacred when done from the heart. Buddhism isn't about controlling life. It's about meeting life as it is, with eyes open and heart steady. The world doesn't need you to be flawless. It needs you to be awake. Even in chaos, you can move like a monk, slowly, gently, with compassion for yourself and others. And in doing so, your ordinary day becomes something extraordinary, a path to inner peace. So now you've seen it. The path of Buddhism doesn't begin in a monastery. It begins in your morning chaos, your strained conversations, your quiet elevator rides. It lives in how you breathe when you're impatient, how you speak when you're angry, how you stay present when no one's watching. Because real transformation isn't loud, it's subtle. It begins with small choices that ripple through your life in sacred ways. You don't need a robe or a temple. You just need presence, and a little courage to pause, reflect, and respond from your deeper self. If this message touched something in you today, subscribe, share, or simply return to this space when you need to remember who you truly are. Because peace isn't something you find. It's something you practice.